Well, hello guys. Welcome back to the channel. Praise the Lord. Been quite a while since I had a sit down and just chatted. Welcome to the channel, guys. If you're new, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. So today I thought I would have a sit down, have a chit chat about what's been going on. A lot has been going on. A lot has been going on. But ever since the last video, so much has happened. The weather, it's been so hot here in Western Uganda. But before we get to that, to all that's been going on, I felt like, I should get a sit down and introduce myself officially. So my name is Fiona Parije, and I'm a co-founder and CEO of Chelsea Farms. This is Chelsea Farms. To everyone who has been around all the previous videos, we have been setting up the farm, building structures, just trying to make this a conducive homestead for ourselves and also our animals. This is a family-run farm, but mainly run by me and my mother. Hence the name Chelsea Farms, my mother's name. I named this farm after her, Chelsea Farms, UG. And my profession, originally I'm a mechanical engineer. Yeah, I'm a mechanical engineer, but I'm also very passionate in farming, and now I am a farmer full time. I just find farming in the countryside extremely peaceful, and I also like to be my own boss. I've been farming for quite some time in different fields. I've done poultry, still doing poultry. Although right now, since I run most of these things, right now I'm setting up this farm. We are setting it up, and since the last video, so much has been going on. We felt sick, extremely sick. The burnout was insane. The weather here extremely hot, extremely hot. I think since April to now, rain has just started. In fact, this week we got rain. It rained twice so far, 3 times, 3 days previously. But it has been extremely hot in Western Uganda. It's insane. The cattle corridor in the west, it's so hot. Everything is dry. All the gardens are struggling. But now that the rain has started picking up, we're hoping for the best. So ever since then, our pastures, we were planting pastures, as you guys saw previously, and we started planting them during that short season of the rain around the beginning of the year. That's the worst time to plant, because some parts, because where we're in even the south, Rugaga, our weather is almost the same as the likes of Nyabusozi, Chiruhura, so it's a bit dry in that during that season we didn't get enough rain. But we are grateful our pastures did pick up. Our Bocaria is doing well, and our alfalfa, now that the rain is back, is starting, the next season, the rain season is starting, our pastures are now doing well. So yeah, biggest challenge, growing our pastures. Our farm is mainly zero grazing, and as you can see behind me, we did stock animals. We stocked our goats, and that is a story on its own. We got our goats from a very good breeder, and we traveled about 600 kilometers total distance from there to here. It was quite far. We got them here at the end of, that was 31st June. That's when we were here at 8 a.m. in the morning. So since then, we're coming to 3 weeks now. Yeah, 3 weeks since since we stocked the animals.
Oh yeah, also at our breeders. Well, whilst there, participated in some farm activities like treating the animals, identifying any underlying issues with the animals. We got to see the animals. We spent quite some time there. That's why it's always good to get a good breeder, because even now, if we have any issues or anything we don't understand with what's going on with the animals, you can always call and get advice, get guidance. So whatever you do, whenever you're stocking animals, always stock them from a very good breeder.
And let me tell you, the biggest challenge. Well, I already knew about this because it's always good to do research, to speak with your breeders, the ones supplying you with the animals. But when it comes to the real thing, practical, it's crazy. Shipping sickness, you guys. Shipping sickness, yeah. The animals came in, they were, yes guys, like I was saying, shipping sickness. When we brought in the animals, in fact, shipping sickness hits all kinds of animals because of the travel. Since these animals traveled from 600 kilometers, they definitely were hit. I'm talking about things like flu, cough, diarrhea. And this doesn't mean that you are given or supplied animals that are sick. It's just the travel, the distance. Not even the distance, even just moving an animal from one place to another, from a different location to another. These animals, we got them from all the way from Kayunga to here in Rugaga. That is a very long distance. They definitely were hit with shipping sickness because, immunity. Their immunity goes down, they're exhausted, they're tired. So around the third day, that's when we had issues of cough, of flu. But of course we had guidelines from our vet, from our breeder who supplied us with the animals, and we treated them, antibiotics, multivitamins, sulfa meds. I think those are my favorite medications. They really did the job. Now we're 3 weeks in, since we arrived, and animals are doing extremely well. There's no sickness. They are adapting. Their body percentage is picking up. They're eating extremely well. When we did arrive, I had one animal that got really, really sick. One female animal. She got extremely sick to the point she couldn't eat, she couldn't drink. I had to, feed her drinks, feed her electrolytes, how to make electrolytes. I made a rumen starter to help with starting her rumen and giving her appetite. She got sick to the point that she was groaning, an animal groaning because they're in pain. And I found out that the pain in the gut, the gut lining was damaged. But once I treated all those, she started eating. Around the 4th day, she started eating. She started drinking on her own, drinking the electrolytes. She started drinking, and finally the diarrhea dried up, and she joined the rest of the flock. Isolation, always. isolate the sick animal, isolate the weak animal, and right now her body percentage is low, definitely, but she's now fine and she eats well. So yeah, shipping sickness is a real thing. It can even kill animals. So when you're moving animals, whatever, it doesn't matter whether they are birds or they are big animals or small animals, always give them some multivitamin, antibiotics, always monitor them. Shipping sickness is a real thing. Even as humans, when you travel a long distance, your immunity is low, you get sick, you get fatigue, etc. So our biggest challenge right now, I honestly would say, it's pastures. We do have our gardens are full of pastures. Rocaria, alfalfa, we have them, but because of our climate right now, it has started to rain, so we are thankful, very thankful. It's raining now, so our pastures are going to pick up very fast. We do have hay in our store, but as you know, when you're a farmer, every second you're thinking about food for your animal. And our farm is strictly zero grazed. All our animals are going to be strictly zero grazed. So we need to always have our store full of hay. We need to always have our gardens full of green pasture growing, around the clock. So right now, our biggest issue was the dry season. The dry season hit us all the way from honestly April till now we're in July. It has been dry, so dry. I know it has been dry almost everywhere, especially the cattle corridors, but it has been dry here, exhaustingly dry. Too dry, even the air has been dry. But right now the rain is coming in. I know by mid-August, we're going to be deep into the rainy season. The rainy season does come with its own issues and challenges, but as long as you have food and you do manage everything else, we'll be good. Another thing that we did, as you can see behind me, we cleared the clearing. This whole area had grass. Like you can see how the whole of this farm looks like. We had to clear, we had to remove all the grass, any kind of plantation, any kind of growth from the exercise yard, from the house where they stay, from their exercise yard. And the reason for this, you want to have cleared everything. You do not want these animals to eat any of this grass, because once they poop, their droppings, their urine, if you have this kind of grass within their structure, within the exercise yard, it creates a breeding place for worms, a breeding place for diseases. These animals like to feed on anything green. Once they see it, they'll start feeding on that poop, on that. So you want it to be clear, so it's easier, dries faster, their urine, their poop, it's easy to clean, to sweep. When you're sweeping, collecting the manure, it's all easy once there is nothing, there is no green grass within their structures. So we had to clear, we had to spray, just to prep for them a nice place.
Yeah, another preparation is making these feeding traps. Goats are the worst feeders I have ever seen. They are wasters, they waste food. So you need to make for them troughs which are, better and easier to feed in, and also save on the feed. So we've been making troughs. Need to make more, but trying to prep for them and make even our jobs and management of these animals easier. Still have to do a few things here and there.
Yeah, and our structures, you can see even before we have a ground structure, because these animals, we prefer this type of structure. These are animals, once they are growing and they are grown, at this point they're around 7 months. Once these animals are grown and they're big, when they are carrying, even when they're carrying their kid, they become extremely heavy at times. Not like our back. I'll show you our back. Our back is a big guy. When they're that size, sometimes these people who build the raised structures, because let's be honest, most of the time we use, these people who just build. We don't have really very extremely professional people who build structure to build these animal structures. Most of these animals are crossbreds. They become extremely heavy the more they grow. Raised structures are a bit dangerous. They can sometimes get accidents, and sometimes the floor is not built well and they can break limbs. So first we prefer to build our ground structure, as long as it's clean, it doesn't have any holes or growing grass or anything. It's easy to clean. We clean every other day, sweep every other day. It's dry, so we prefer this to raise structures. Most animals, even birds, it's always the female animals that most of the time get issues. The male animals, they're just chilling, man. For example, our back, no issues whatsoever, as long as you give him his food and he's cool. We did separate the back because right now our quarantine is lasting 2 months. We are not breeding the nannies, and the reason why we are not breeding them is because of still, you need them to acclimate to the area, you need them to relax, to rest. So we don't want to put them on top of them being stressed because of the new place, because of the new environment, sometimes different things. And then on top of that, you add on breeding them. So right now we are not breeding them, and our breeding will be natural synchronization, where we breed them, all of them at once, and then stop, so that we can receive kids at once, like that. It's not like every second this one has to be bred, no. So right now the back is separated. He's in his own pen. He's an exercise yard, but of course in the same areas, close to the nanny, to the girl, until now this month. Once July ends, and also August, I think we shall start breeding them. Yeah, after 2 months, September. Right now they're relaxing, they're just chilling. So yeah, that's basically it. I'll keep you guys updated, and I think I'll be doing more of these sit downs and telling you what's been going on. There are quite some more updates, some more things you're doing on the farm that I'll be updating you guys on. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you again in the next one. May the Lord bless you and keep watch over you. Till next time.